Okay, so our project was on researching patients with muscular dystrophy and how we could then improve their lives or their functional ability in their lives through exercise routines. Um, so basically, we wanted to look into the benefits of core strengthening exercises um, and how those would then increase the quality of life of muscular dystrophy patients. Um, so what is muscular dystrophy? Well, it's a disease that causes progressive weakness as well as a loss of muscle mass in those affected. And this is caused by a defect in dystrophin, which is used for protecting the muscle fibers from damage. And so muscular dystrophy can be classified on several different variables. You've got muscle groups, the degree of weakness, how progressive the worsening effects are, as well as when those symptoms begin. So next, what does muscular dystrophy affect? There are direct effects as well as secondary effects. The direct effects are the overall muscle deterioration, which stems into the secondary effects. And those are classified by greater physical deterioration, and this leads into having trouble walking, having to exert greater effort to do daily activities, as well as a higher risk for falling.
So there's a lot of different types of muscular dystrophy that somebody can have. Duchenne muscular dystrophy is the most common type. It's mostly in boys, and they are diagnosed at a young age. And 1 in 4,200 boys have this disease. And in just a minute, we're going to introduce a friend of ours, Caleb, who has muscular dystrophy. So this is Caleb. He has muscular dystrophy. Caleb, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with Duchenne muscular dystrophy?
Yes, so when I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with a mild form of Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which basically what happens with the disease is that my body does not produce dystrophin, which is a protein, because there's a DNA mutation on my DNA. And so my body will not produce dystrophin, which is a protein that builds back fibers. And instead, when I lose muscle, it's regained by scar tissue. And most people stop walking when they are between 8 and 12 years old because of the scar tissue that adds back. It means that they lose muscle functioning, and then that eventually makes it harder for them to walk, and they start to fall more. And the mean death age used to be around 19 years old for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, but because of increase in medicine, it has increased to 30s and 40s, where there's a population of people in that age range. And mine is more like Becker's muscular dystrophy, where people are known to live until their 60s.
Awesome. So you mentioned there could be falls or loss of balance. How does your balance and your walking affect your day-to-day life?
Yes. So you progressively lose muscle functioning over time, and that tends to be in your legs at first. And so, like on a day-to-day basis, it is harder for me to walk. It's harder to go upstairs. I can't do any high impact like sports or activities, and it's easier to fall. And I can't get up from the floor by myself without any furniture or anything, and it makes heavy objects hard to lift.
Okay. So what are some exercises that you do from day to day, or that you're supposed to do?
Yes. So the doctors have prescribed for me to do stretches on a daily basis. This is with my hamstrings, my ankles, my hands, and my back. And that is to increase flexibility so I could walk longer and preserve those muscles.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your insight into muscular dystrophy.
No No problem.
So something that Caleb didn't mention when he was talking about his exercises was core strength. And core strength is very vital to your balance, which is also very important for walking. And because muscular dystrophy patients are living for a longer time now because of the new research, it's important that they have a higher quality of life. And this can be enabled by increasing their core strength as they age and progress, because they will be able to continue to walk for a longer amount of time. So some exercises that they could do specific for a muscular dystrophy patient would be a crunch, but with the crunch they would need to be let down passively because they want to avoid eccentric contractions because that tears the muscle and the muscle can't be rebuilt. So they can do a crunch, but it would need to be altered a little bit for their specific disease.
So another core strengthening exercise is with the stability ball. And the stability ball will be under the patient's feet, and this provides support and also serves to lessen the intensity of the exercise.
And another exercise is the pelvic tilt. And this is an isometric contraction, which would be safe because there's no eccentric contractions. And this way it's very light intensity, but they're still engaging their core.
And finally, the Bosu ball is a great tool for balance. And of course, the abdominals play a major role in one's balance. And so throughout one's rehabilitation, you can have them do different varying degrees of difficulty of different exercises with this Bosu ball.
And these are just some pictures of the exercises that we were just talking about. And all of these, plus a lot of other different exercises, can be used to improve core stability, which will hopefully improve the quality of life of a muscular dystrophy patient.
So in conclusion, muscular dystrophy is a progressive disease that can become more progressive by disuse and sedentariness. Because walking is one of the first essential functional abilities to be lost, and the inability to maintain balance is a crucial reason for this, we believe that core strengthening that is safe and maintained at a low intensity will improve MD patients' lives, one crunch at a time.